Okay, everyone, turn your volume down because I'm going to be speaking and it's going to get loud in here. I hope you're ready. Okay, my screen is shared. Let me just press play. And we are ready to go. We're going to Nuxtify your images. How are you, everyone? I have the chat open. If my head turns to the right, it means I am watching you because, yes, I am live. So let me see those green hearts. I want to Nuxtify you, and I'm going to Nuxtify my images. So here we go. A little bit about me. Maria did a great job, and she just basically told you all about me. So this slide speaks for itself. So yeah, thank you, Maria, for that beautiful introduction. This is me, Debbie O'Brien, and all those awards, yes. And let's go to the next slide, because what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover how you can analyze your site. And I'm going to show you how Nuxt Image can improve your performance with your images. And I'm going to show you how you can compare new and old and analyze the two together. So are you ready, everyone? Yes, I see some green hearts. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Marcel. Keep them coming. Keep those green hearts coming. Okay, so here we go. This is my website, Debbie.codes, and I did a lighthouse test and I got 100 and I got the confetti because Nuxt is amazing and it makes your website super performant. So I'm happy. Talk's over. See you later. No. So what happens is what we normally do is we analyze the lighthouse test on the homepage of many websites, right? We do it on the homepage. We get the 100. We walk away. We're happy. And that's it. But my homepage, if you've ever seen it, Debbie.codes, it's very simple. It's like, it's got practically nothing on it. I should improve it, but it doesn't have a lot there. So it's very easy for me to get 100 on it. Now, what happens if I analyze a page of my website that has like a lot of images on it, for example? So that's what I did. I said, I'll test it out and see what happens. 54. Oh my God. So this is what happened. I'm loving those green hearts. Thank you, people. Yeah, 54. Oh my God. So I am a Cloudinary media developer expert. Like, take my title away. Cloudinary, take it away. Because like, oh my God, this is a disgrace. What is happening here? I mean, you can see that red bar, right? It's like images, properly size your images, Debbie. Yeah, like just look at it. Just look at it. Google is shouting and screaming at me saying, you know, what did I do? I just created a blog post, threw me images up there and said, you know, yeah, blog post is written, onto the next thing. So this is terrible, Debbie. Terrible job. So I decided to analyze my web page a little bit further. And I use Web Page Test. If you've never used this, they've had a makeover recently. It looks amazing. I love the actual new design. And it's really easy. You basically put in your website or the page that you want to analyze, and you can choose. So Paris is the nearest server to me, even though I'm in Mallorca, but that's it. So choose the location that's near to you. You can choose your browser. You can either have like advanced settings. You could even like take out marketing scripts and stuff and, you know, properly analyze it without marketing scripts. And you can add in like the lighthouse test as well in there. So you can do loads of really, really cool stuff. So I basically pressed that start button, and this is what I got. The waterfall view. So if anyone doesn't know what a waterfall view is, basically a waterfall. Have you ever seen a waterfall? Anyone in real life seen a waterfall? The water falls, right? Never falls straight, right? It kind of just goes like that, right? And that's the way a waterfall. And look at Debbie's website. It's going bam, boom, bam. Oh my God, that is not a waterfall. This is when you can tell you have a problem with your website. If it does not look like a waterfall, you either have never seen a proper waterfall or you have a problem. So looking at this, you can see all those purple lines, and look what the purple line equals. The purple line equals images, right? So images are a problem. Now, we already know that, but this is even showing it even further. And this is like, it could show you other things. Maybe you have some JavaScript problems as well. So running the waterfall view will give you a better analysis of what's going on in your website. Now you can see like the blue line, the document completed at 10.5 seconds. What the hell? Oh my God, terrible. And 9.5 seconds was when the largest contentful paint finished. I'm screaming inside. As I was writing this talk, I was trying to show you all how amazing I was. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to show them how terrible I am. So yeah, this is so not good, so not good. So yeah, basically you can actually see the largest contentful paint. And this is all the results from the web page test. 9,416 milliseconds. Oh my God. I had a bit of cumulative layout shift there as well. So I, should fix that because it's not great. And I've got a bit of total blocking time. And you can see here what it's showing is the image in the middle that's kind of highlighted there in the middle. That's the one that's causing the problem, right? So if I fix that, I would improve my site, but I really should fix all of them. So yes, the waterfall view. Let's go to the next slide. And this is basically showing you the largest contentful paint. 2.5 seconds is good. 4 seconds needs improvement. And Debbie's was 9.5. poor. I think there should be another level there, like oh my god, just stop being a web developer, kind of. Yeah, terrible. So that's what I'm concentrating on, is the largest contentful page. But you've also got first input delay, and you've also got the cumulative layout shift, which I had a little bit there, but I wanted to get rid of, and I'll show you how I did that as well. So you can also get a video of what your site looks like. And as you can see, I'm waiting. I mean, it is an amazing image. It's an amazing image. It's worth the wait. 9.3 seconds just to see that image. Seriously, like, I'm not selling like NFTs or, photography or anything. So this is terrible. I need to fix this. I also had a look at, what's going on in my website, and you can see like where the main stuff is coming from, right? Images. 90% of my blog page, the page that just has my like blog cards, the postcards for the blog, has 90% images. What the hell? Oh my god, like, this is a disgrace. This is terrible. Like, somebody shoot me now. So this needs to be fixed. Now you can also run a Cloudinary analysis of your images. Actually, what you can do is you can see where these are coming from, right? And I've got Cloudinary, but I've also got Unsplash. And I could see that it wasn't just Cloudinary, it was also Unsplash. And the two of them are making up 44% there and 45%. That's a lot of weight of my page. And it's not just a matter of fixing the Cloudinary images. I've also got to fix the Unsplash images. If you don't know what Unsplash is, it's a place where you can get like free photography that amazing people have taken that are better than me, and I can use them on my site. And yeah, so I'm taking them from the server, from the Unsplash server, putting it on my site, and it's killing my site. Terrible. Okay, so now this is cool. You can actually, this comes in the web page test. You click on the image analysis results button and you get this. And this is Cloudinary do this actually behind the scenes. And it's basically saying I have 3.7 megabytes of image weight. Oh my god. Oh my god. On one page, not the site, one page. And yeah, this is like, I could reduce that to 235. I mean, they gave me a C, and like some people would be like, oh, I'm okay with a C. That should be like an F or something. That's terrible. So you can see like a small image there of the website. If you've never been to my website, that's the blog page. That's what we're showing. Like, they're just small images to show the blog post. It's like, come on. This is a nightmare. Now, thank you, Arafil, who's a fan of my tutorials. Love it. So what does my site cost? Like, have you ever run this? Have you ever decided, like, what happens when people have to pay for the internet? Because I have like free internet, right? And that's working at home. Well, I pay monthly, but then I have free internet everywhere I go. I don't have a limit. So I've just got free data. So I just don't I don't understand the need for data. And then basically, like, what we're doing here is we're looking at what the cost is of your website in other countries. So if you go to the United States, it's going to cost someone 55 cents to see and read my blog post. Oh my God, Ireland, 45 cents. Like, my mother pays for data. My mother has no data right now because she's in France. So my mother would be paying 45 cents just to read my blog post. That is terrible. Botswana, people in Botswana, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So this is terrible. This is a disgrace. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, people. So, what can I do about it? If I inspect the page and look at that one image that we looked at, which is my amazing image, it's just, all my awards, like take them away because that's terrible. But look at it, 1.5 megabytes, one image, just 1.5 megabytes. Now, I did have it as a web piece. I did see some good work there. Developer skills were good, but that's not good. And you can see like the intrinsic size is 4,032 pixels. And it's just rendering at 480. So this is terrible. So yeah, I need to fix this. I really need to fix this. How can I fix this? Now, what I could do is I could go to all my images one by one into the Cloudinary images, and I could add all these kind of fixes, and I could put quality, bring the quality down, and I could put a size and a height, and I would probably fix my Cloudinary images pretty easily one by one. It's just going to take me a lot of time. I don't have time. And the Unsplash images, can we do that with Unsplash? I don't even know if we can do that in Unsplash, but if we could, then I could do it. If we can't, then I can't. I don't know, but that's going to take time as well, and I don't have time. So what's the solution? Everybody, what's the solution? I want to see it in the chat. The solution is, drum roll, you got it. It is Nuxt Images. So the solution is Nuxt Images, and what Nuxt Images do is plug and play image optimization for your Nuxt apps, where you get to resize and transform your images in your code using built-in optimizer or your favorite images CDN. Cool, because, I'm using Cloudinary and I'm using Unsplash. So this looks like it's going to solve all my problems. Let me show you. So if you've never used it, it's really easy to install. It's just a module. So you install it like any other module as a dev dependency. And then basically you put it in the build module section if you're using target static. If you're not using target static, you should be using target static. No, if you're not using target static, you can put it in the module section and then that will work. So that's basically, yes, that is how you install it. That's it, simple, done. No, all you got to do then is basically change the image tag to Nuxt Image. Now I put it in big letters, you can put it in smaller letters, that works fine too. So you're using image and there's a lot going on here. It's scary, I know, hang on, let me talk you through it. So I have a provider, now I'm using, all my content for my blog post is coming from Nuxt content. So I'm in the YAML file, I've put in a provider and I've said, your image is coming from Cloudinary. You're provider of Unsplash. You're the provider, Cloudinary. So this is where the provider is coming from, and it's reading that from the YAML of my Nuxt content file. Source, so the item.image. So the image that I've put in there, the URL from Cloudinary or Unsplash. Alt, okay, I put the title of the blog post. That's probably not very good, Debbie. You probably should write a better alt description. Sorry. Yeah, loading. So this is kind of, yeah, you might be looking at this going, what is she doing? I know. But what I wanted to do was like lazy load all the images except for like the first couple of images. So I basically put in a kind of like, if it's got loading eager, then make those eager. And if not, just lazy load the rest of the images. So that's what I'm doing there. Could be a better way around it, but you know, this works. And I've got a preset. So I set up a preset so that I can have not just for the blog, but I've also got my courses and I've also got like other stuff on the website that are similar. So I want to just create a preset and be able to use that across all my website, and I'll configure that. I'll show you how in a second. So I've called that preset blog. I could have called it, I probably should have given it a better name, but anyway, I call it blog. And then I just set a width and a height for my images. Now, you could set a different width and height. You can play around with widths and height, so you can leave that out, but it's good to set a width and height for the image. And then another thing that you can add is the sizes. Now, size is really, really cool. What you can do with the sizes is you can put like SM, which is small, and when it's in the small screen, so mobile, I want you to be 355 pixels, and medium I want you to be 320, and large I want you to be 480, and etc., etc. And you can configure the screen sizes, or you can use the default ones from Nuxt. And that's going to set and give you all the source sets. So instead of having to put source set for all your images, it's just going to like ding, do it all for you. Very cool. And of course, my classes, I'm using Tailwind. So I'm just like putting a height there. I'm putting the width of full, and I'm putting an object cover to kind of like, you know, not make the image stretched and stuff. And that's pretty much it. So what do I do in my Nuxt config? In the Nuxt config, I come along and I put an image object there and I write Cloudinary. So Cloudinary, I put the base URL, that's to my Cloudinary. You'll be putting yours in. And I'm using ImageX because Unsplash uses ImageX as the provider. So the ImageX is the provider, but the base URL is Unsplash. It took me a while to kind of figure that out. So telling you Unsplash goes with ImageX provider. And then I have my presets. Remember I told you I created the preset and I call it blog. So I wanted to put some modifiers in there that get applied to all my images, so that I could have just put that in the Nuxt image directly, but I've put it out here so I can use it on, you know, previous on next cards and stuff like that. So I've got format WebP. I want all my images to be a WebP. So what Nuxt will do is it's going to like change that image, like transform it for you on the fly and change it into WebP if the browser supports it. If not, it will fall back to like, you know, JPEG or whatever. And fit, I want you to be cover, so I want you to like just fit as a cover. And quality, I want you to be 60 because, you know, I really care about the performance of this website and not about the quality of the images. So I want you to like take those images and bring them down to 60. Now, it's not a perfect solution because like I have some images coming from a camera and some are screenshots. So this doesn't always work. You might want to actually like configure it differently. That's completely up to you, but play around with the quality, change it from 60 to 80, see the differences and see what works better for you and what you care about most. So they're my presets, they're my modifiers, they're my base URL set up, my Nuxt config is done, and bang, that's all I did. Now, if you look at the work that went into that, like that was like 3 slides, no more than what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes if you're a good developer, 5 minutes, and you've got all this done, right? That's as simple as that, maybe 15, okay, come on. So after 15 minutes of work, this is what I have, the before and after. Now look at the before and after. Before, 1.5 megabytes, oh my God. After, 20 kbs. Like the image looks the same to me. I mean, maybe the other images like pixels are amazing, but you know, does it need to be amazing? Do people need to read text even on that image? Like, look at the amazing difference, 1.5 megabytes to 20 kbs. So this is incredible. Now have a look at the source code there, the difference, the one on the, depending on where you're looking at the screen, but on my left, is basically like just got the source as in Cloudinary and the class, that's it. And the other one, look what it's done. It's turned the Nuxt image into an image source. And if you can see, like it has Cloudinary, Debs O'Brien image upload, and then it's got F_web piece, that's added the web piece. It's got Q60, that's quality 60. It's got C fit, that's cover fit. It's got width W 480, H height 360. Like that's just added onto the image URL, and Nuxt did that for me. Woohoo! How cool is that? Also, I mean, I've got my loading in there. I put it in eager because I took that from the Nuxt content in the YAML. You can add that in yourself. And then the sizes, you can see I've got the sizes, and I've got like max width 640 pixels, right? 355 pixels, max width. Like all these are done. The source set is there. Like that's cool because that saves me so much time and effort, right? This is easy as Nuxt. I love that comment. Thank you, Antonio. Yes, easy as Nuxt. So that's all you have to do. That's so simple, right? It's really cool. So yeah, like take a look at my waterfall. Yay, I've got a waterfall that's flowing like a waterfall. That looks so much nicer. You know, look, that's beautiful. This is like almost a perfect waterfall. I love it. And you can see the blue line now, 1.8. Remember that was at like 10 something. Right now it's at 1.8. That's a massive difference. And 1.2, that green dotted line, that's the largest contentful paint. 1.2, amazing. What did I do? Like I just used the Nuxt image instead of the image and added in those couple of modifiers, and it just did all my images. Like, oh my God, amazing. And like you can see it here, right? I ran the web page test again, and I got the largest contentful paint, 1167 total blocking time. And you can see the image, like you can see how it's loaded there in the middle. And like, you know, it took a bit longer than the other images because, you know, it's a beautiful image, but it rendered in like very little time. So that's exactly what you want to be doing. So yes, look at that. Oh my God, did you miss that video? I know, right? Because it's so fast. So yeah, this one works like so much faster because it's so fast. It's amazing. And if I check like, you know, what's going on now, my images are 30% of that page, not 90%. That's a massive drop, 90% to 30%, just by like changing one thing, changing image to Nuxt image. Wow, incredible. I am like super happy with this. And you can see now that Cloudinary and Unsplash, they're a little bit under Debbie.codes there. They're not taking up as much as they were before, right? The code is now more important than the images. Yes, cool, love it. Oh my God, finally. So yes, my image analysis, okay, I got a B, I got good, I could get an A, I could improve it further. I literally just threw, you know, any size images there. I could like actually make a better effort and kind of, you know, work on them a little bit more. Sizing images is hard, so don't be too hard on yourself. Trying to get an A is also hard, but this is like a huge improvement. So I'm pretty happy with a B. Cloudinary says good, so, you know, I'm good. And if I look at what my site costs now, yes, United States, it now only costs 0.06 cents of a dollar to use my site in the United States, and the people in Switzerland and Ireland, only 6 cents. My mother can now read my blog posts. Yes, finally. And yeah, like, I mean, it's so much cheaper now for people to be able to use and read my blog posts. Whereas before, if they were on data, they were just spending all their money just to read things that I wrote. Oh, terrible. So yeah, comparing the before and after. So you can do this as well, where you take the two tests, and I've wrote them. One is called new, one is called old. You can see the new one there. You can see the difference at like, you know, 3 seconds, everything's loaded there just before 2 seconds. That's the largest contentful paint occurred in the frame there. And you can see in the old one, I have a cumulative layout shift there on the 2 seconds. So that was like causing an issue as well. That was the fonts, right? From, you know, where I click the buttons on the blog post to show all blog posts or Nuxt blog posts or performance blog posts. And it was like swapping the font out, and it was creating a shift between them because there was a difference. And I just went, you know what? I don't even need you. You're not like bring any benefit to me. So I just got rid of that font, and you haven't noticed the difference. So it's made my performance better, and the cumulative shift is gone. So yeah, font is gone out the window. Make a decision if you need that font or not. So yes, you can see like on that 10 seconds, that green kind of box is highlighted there. And that's where that largest image, and like the difference of like, wow, it's a massive difference, right? So this is what you can do with the waterfall as well. This is one on top of the other. That's why it's a bit blurred out. So you can actually just like, and you can, you know, move it across so you can kind of see the differences. And just look at like line 13 there. If you focus on line 13 for a second, like look how different that image was from 8,426 milliseconds down to 210 milliseconds. Like, oh my God, that's incredible. And the same with line is a 28 there. 28 was gone from 9,815, all like, it's incredible the differences. Actually, That one's showing something else, I think, because it's like I lazy loaded them and I hadn't been lazy loading my images either. Oops. So yeah, this kind of shows a lot of differences. And this is great for when you're going to your boss and saying like, look at the difference. Look at the work I've done. Look what I've achieved. So I love this. And you've got like some other great tools in there in the web page test that you can kind of like compare the two. So again, the blue one is the new one. The red one is the old one. And you can see the differences. Like the largest contentful paint there is massive. The CPU busy time. Like there's a hell of a lot going on there that we've fixed thanks to just using Nuxt Image. Like this is what's so incredible about it. What else have we got here? We got layout shift. So I got rid of that layout shift by removing that blog post. You can see that here. I've got like that big red bar and the blue one, it's gone because we have no layout shift. Yes, nice, cool. And yeah, the same with the total bytes for the website. Again, massive difference. You can see the font is gone. You can see the images and you can see the total bytes. And this is like basically, yeah, welcome to my blog. My blog is now 100 and I'm happy. Yay! And that's kind of really cool. But sometimes you might get a 95 and sometimes you don't always get 100 because it depends on when you're running the test. So don't like kind of take it as gold as like you have to always be 100. I'm happy with 95. It's first content of paint is 0.4. I could spend time and time improving it, but this is doing a total blocking time. It's probably a little bit caused with the JavaScript and not with the images. And you can actually click on those buttons, the show audits relevant to at the very bottom there, all, and it's got FCP. And if you click that, it will show you, it will scroll to the FCP or the LCP, it will scroll to that and show you what's relevant to it. And like, have a look at those buttons there because I'm going to show you the Vue original trace. That's one of them, but I want you to see the Vue tree map. I'm going to click on that and show you that in a second. And also like values are estimated and may vary, right? Even Lighthouse tells you that. The performance score is calculated directly from these metrics and you can see the calculator. I'm going to show you that in a second as well. So also when you're running your test, like if you run the test with like the viewport being very small, then you're going to get a different result. And I got 91 because I actually put the Lighthouse test on the side instead of the bottom and I got more content to load. So again, kind of play around with things all the time to get a real, don't just try and get 100 and say, hey, I got 100, but like it's not a real 100, you know. This is the tree map that I told you about. So you click on that, you get the tree map and you can see all these files and where they're coming from. And you can see the code coverage, right? And this is showing me there's two files there where there's red, and that means there's a bit of JavaScript there that's not used. So I could go back and fix that if I wanted to. Lazy load that JavaScript or something like that. And again, this is the Lighthouse scoring calculator. This is a great tool because you can see it and I can see what to focus on. I can see the total blocking time. I need to reduce that and that needs to be worked on more. So yes, there's been massive changes between Lighthouse 6 and Lighthouse 8. We're now on Lighthouse 8. You can see commutative layout shift has gone from 5 to 15 and like there's massive changes there. So just kind of like seriously keep that in mind when you're running your tests. Nuxt Image, improve your image performance, make sure you're adding widths and heights, add quality, add the format to be WebPs, put your sizes in to get your source sizes, add lazy loading, and use like Cloudinary and ImageX providers or whatever provider you want. And yeah, just some gotchas. Lighthouse version 8.4 is going to be released next week, and they're going to detect when the largest contentful paint element is lazy loaded. So if you're going to lazy load all your images to try and improve your performance, Google's coming after you. So yeah, don't lazy load the ones from the first view because, yep, they're going to detect that from next week. And Nuxt Image in Nuxt content. If you're using Nuxt Image in Nuxt content, don't use self-closing tags because then you won't know what's going on. It won't work. So make sure you just like have a closing Nuxt Image tag and then it worked perfect. And finally, some tips. Learn web.dev Lighthouse performance, a great course there. You can learn all about how to read the Lighthouse performance tests and test in a profile with no extensions. So then you don't have like, you know, weird results. Webpagetest.org is a website. You can have test history. You can log in, create an account, and it saves your test history. You can compare your results. And then once you do all this work, ask for a pay rise. You deserve it. Seriously. So yeah, if you're new to Nuxt and you want to get started, I have a course on Netlify Jamstack Explorer. So check that out. It's free. And obviously like my YouTube channel, and there's loads of Nuxt videos in there. So check them out as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you didn't know like how to find me, Debbie.codes is very easy to remember, and you'll get all the links to YouTube and to my courses and my blog post. From this talk, I've actually written a blog post, which I'm going to publish in like 2 seconds, and you'll be able to read through all that, and you'll have like the links in there as well.